The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
What'd you do with my ear, Shipman? I buried it. No, you didn't. You put it in your pocket.
Yeah. So I could bury it.
Liar. Oh my god. I just had the funniest vision of you, like, laying my ear to rest. You make it like a little ear coffin. Oh my god. You say a little ear prayer.
You know what?
Oh my god. Okay. Fine. I'm sorry. Come here. Braid my hair.
Hello and welcome to Doomcoming, a podcast. In fact, a buffering rewatch adventure podcast where we are watching and discussing every episode of Yellowjackets one by one. Come on, Kristin, I'm looking awfully necrotic. I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
I'm sorry, Jenny. I don't speak grunt. I'm Kristin Russo. Today we are here once again to talk to you about Season 2, Episode 2, Edible Complex. That's edible, not Oedipal, okay? You eat it.
Honestly,
you don't have sex with it or whatever.
The way this show goes through taboos, if somebody's not doing some incest in Season 3, I'm going to be let down, question mark? Speaking of Oedipus.
Who could even do incest? There's nobody left on the island.
If Javi comes back, maybe,
oh my God, Jennifer,
he and Travis could get together.
Nobody needs that. Absolutely no one. No one even needed to think about it. But
I
now
know, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's actually not your fault. It's the creators and
It's
showrunners.
actually George R.R. Martin's fault.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's blame him.
Then I'm like, where's the incest? No show is complete without it.
Oh, well, George R.R. Martin didn't write this. Who wrote it?
Edible Complex was written by Jonathan Lisko, directed by Ben Seminoff, and originally aired on April 2nd, 2023. Good thing they didn't air it on the 1st and then try to brush off the events, the shocking events of this episode as an April Fool's prank.
I'm glad that you don't use the document that I created for us for the intro, because it actually underlines something that I wanted to bring up, something that I noticed, which is that for me, I have that this episode aired on March 31st, 2023. Now, here's the deal. Remember when this aired? It aired on Fridays for people who had fill in the blank and Sundays for people who had fill in the blank. And I couldn't remember. I think it was stream. Is it on air first and streaming second? I can't remember because another show did it the reverse order, and I was mad about it when they put it on air first and streaming second because I was like, who the fuck has a cable box? Come on. We all stream now. But I can't remember which order Yellowjackets was.
Well, I think what's most important about you bringing this to light, Kristin, is that I am nothing if not consistent. Do I listen to you when you talk? No. Do I read notes, documents that you prepare for my benefit? Absolutely not.
No. I'm just, here I am, room of
I don't,
one.
And I won't.
Table for
and
one,
I shan't.
Kristin Russo.
Such is the, cross that must be borne by the best friend to a good friend.
It's true. I I will say, though, that I would like to advocate moving forward that we use the Friday date, because I think no matter where it went first, it was in the world on Friday, not on Sunday.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But I don't know. Listeners,
Happily.
What do you want?
Where does March 31st populate on IMDb?
Yes. March 31st is IMDb and April 2nd is Wiki.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of different things from different places, I've got 2 show descriptions because
yes,
I've got IMDb. They're honestly, I have problems with both of them. IMDb, as always, is a cheeky little bitch with no intention of actually letting you know much. Breaking off that friendship with the person who keeps ghosting you isn't always easy. Guys, Ty speeds through an unexpected reunion. Nat shacks up with Lottie, and Misty encounters a riddle wrapped in an enigma dressed in cargo shorts. Tells me nothing about little to nothing about the episode. IMDb.
I like that.
Okay. Showtime. The Yellowjackets barely made it through summer in the woods, but as winter arrives, their hunger and desperation turn into full-on psychosis. 25 years later, the survivors ask whether the darkness comes for them or if it comes from them. Bum,
Ba, ba, ba.
bum. So
I like that.
2 different kinds of drama, you know?
Yeah.
This is the one where they eat Jackie, is pretty much all you need to know.
This is the one where Callie is vaping and extremely disinterested in Kyle.
Yeah, so we're going to start in the present. It's fun sometimes to break out these episodes beat by beat and then like divide them into some sensical order for discussion, because you can learn things that you wouldn't by just watching, which is that the first episode was present day heavy, 96 light. Second episode, heavy on 96, light on present day. So we're going to go through present day by character arcs. And then when we get to 96, we're going chronologically because there's a lot that happens and it's all sort of tied into one big story of what's happening. But you're right. Because of that choice, we get to begin with chocolate chip pancakes.
Listen, look around Kyle's bedroom.
I don't really want to, but
I'm so sorry, but you have to, because there are Yankees and New Jersey Devils posters everywhere. And do you know what else there is, Kristin? A great big bottle of lotion on the nightstand. Because as we know, teen boys love nothing so much as moisturizing, nourishing their skin.
Jenny,
right?
Yeah, that's what it's for. That's why every teen boy bedroom in television has a giant bottle of like Jergens on the fucking nightstand, and I don't want it. I don't need it. I just feel like if I'm gonna keep like my vibrators in a drawer, then you need to keep your lotion in a drawer. You know? That's how I feel.
What I'd say is none of this sounds like any of my business. What is my business? Callie is pissed off.
Oh, Callie's so mad. Poor Kai. I feel, despite giant bottles of lotion and all of his posters and him being a teen boy, Kyle seems like very just like, hey, I'm down for whatever. What are we doing? And then Callie is like, actually, fuck you, Kyle. I'm breaking up with you. No reason given whatsoever.
Callie says, you are such a child. Kyle says, my mom wants to know if we want chocolate chip pancakes. Callie says, well, Kyle, we don't, because I'm breaking up with you. Storms out.
Kyle,
amazing.
The actor who plays Kyle does an incredible delivery on his seriously. Like it's so perfect. It's like he's not going for like heartbroken. He's going for like what just happened, and he really nails it. I like also the little thing that we learn here, which is that Kyle has the kind of family where his girlfriend can sleep over, and Callie has the kind of family where she has to say she's at her friend Alana's house. I always find that like divided dynamic very interesting, because like as a parent, that means you're also like, do you know that you're keeping it from Callie's parents? Do you not care because Sean is a Yellowjacket and you just like don't even want to think about the Yellowjackets? What's happening as Kyle's parents? Who knows?
Wow, because you're scared if you tell Shauna that her daughter is sleeping over that she'll come skin you like she skinned that rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Did your parents, were your parents like no sleepovers kind of a vibe?
I was so committed to being out of the house as much as possible that I feel like it didn't really come up.
Yeah, I was so committed to not talking to my parents about any single thing that was part of my life at all that it also didn't come up.
Yeah.
It didn't, like, what I'm going to ask you.
It was none of their business.
I'm going to ask you if somebody could sleep here, then you're going to have all sorts of other fucking questions for me. I would rather simply make out in various locations across town.
That does sound like the right thing to do.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, high school student, I'm sorry that we're telling you to do these horrible things. Okay, so keeping in the Callie arc, she is in her room now, sort of looking upon the face of Adam in the burnt license that she's retrieved from the grill last episode. And Shauna comes in and says, "How was Alana's?" And she grunts. And Shauna's like, "I don't speak grunt." And then she tries to get her daughter to hang out with her. Oh, no.
Just really wants to go to the mall. The mall, for our younger listeners, is a place that used to be populated, stern to stem with retail shops selling, clothing.
Mm-hmm. You could get your ears pierced there if you wanted to.
Soaps.
All different kinds of scents from Victoria's Secret.
Many scents. CDs, which is how music used to come. Books, which is how stories used to come. You could go to a store called a Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
And,
Hot Topic still exists.
I know. And they still sell more or less the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
You could go to a store called Spencer Gifts, which actually is still probably cracking, and buy a lava lamp or a blow-up doll.
You could go pretzels that were mostly 80% butter, 20% pretzel.
Yep.
Dippin' Dots at some point later on in my mall
sure.
journey. Dippin' Dots became part of the joy. And you could go see the movie that you wanted to see, all in the mall.
Yeah. Now malls are big, empty, liminal spaces.
Although in New Jersey, I don't think they are. I think like upstate New York Mall, Main Mall, it's a particular thing. But I feel like Jersey, you go to the Paramus Mall, I'm sure you could still get a fucking Dippin' Dot. Do you live in Paramus or nearby? Can you tell me? Can you get Dippin' Dots over at the Paramus Mall?
Yeah. Is the Paramus Mall still thriving?
It has to be. It's New Jersey. It's like the heartbeat of New Jersey.
I know, but I think it's less a New Jersey. I mean, I'm sure it's doing better than the malls up by me and you, but I think that a combination of like COVID stuff and, online shopping have done a little fire collab to lay malls low in a way they have never been lown before.
Wow.
Loan, low apostrophe N is what I was thinking.
Well, you write to us, hello@bufferingcast.com. What do you think about the state of malls today?
I wouldn't want to go to the mall with Shauna either, specifically because I'm thinking about my mall growing up. It had a really intense knife kiosk.
Oh, God.
Like a sword and knife kiosk.
So did mine, actually. I remember that knife kiosk. I mean, here's the thing. What I love about this show, well, there's a lot of things, but Shauna admitting, because she's like, "You want to go to the mall? Do you want to do this other thing?" And then she kind of gets honest and she's like, "I just want to spend time with you. You're growing up and blah, blah, blah." And Callie's not going to go because Callie's mad and confused and all these other things. But the show always gives us the full scope of it because Callie looks so sad when her mom says that, because she also connects with that relationship as well and is just like so torn. So it's cool to not just get like a one note, like Callie saying, "Fuck you," but to see kind of the inner stuff happening for her. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to report that the next thing that happens in the Sadecki home is that there's a knock, knock, knock on the door.
Ding dong. It's Detective Kevin. Hello.
Misty's like at the window holding up her cookie cake. Please.
Yeah, Kevin's like, do you know Adam Martin? Shauna's like, no. And he's like, because you guys texted a lot. And she's like, oh, yes, of course. The guy who I got in a car accident with. And by the way, just to be clear, it was totally, absolutely 100% his fault, by the way.
Yeah. Also, she's like, the lies that she makes up are so stupid because she's like, oh, yeah. We were texting a lot because he was actually turned out to be kind of an asshole and he wasn't really filing with his insurance. I'm like, Shauna, no one ever called an insurance company. Ever. Like, we were there in season 1. No one ever spoke to an insurance company. You brought your fucking car to his fucking shop and he fixed it. So why are you already making lies that are so easily disproved?
Well, I mean, she's saying he wasn't filing properly with his insurance and he never did. And there's probably no paper trail because he was like, pay me in a date. You know. Although I wonder if, does anybody, okay, for the, what I can only describe as most likely countless automobile mechanics in our listenership. I think our listenership is like 90% mechanics, probably, right? Yeah. Help us. Help our little brains. If you work on a car now, because like everything is like, oh, plug your car into the fucking computer. Although this is the modern day part of the plot line. Yeah. You take your car to an auto body shop or a mechanic and it seems like everybody's just like plugging the car into the computer and the car's like, here's what's up with me, computer, check me out.
Yep.
So if he had to do any of that kind of stuff, would there be some kind of like log the police could access that was like, okay, VIN number, blah, 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 blah.
Probably.
Was worked on in this bay. But also, if it was just...
Like he would have to make that choice to like scan it and upload it. You know what I mean? So
right. And I don't know like what because I'm thinking like, okay, oil changes and like tire rotations and like your computer tells you when X, Y, and Z maintenance need to occur. But if it's more of like a
pop out a bumper.
Exactly. Then you're not probably plugging your car into Mr. Car Robot.
Yeah, I think you are if you're doing it like legitimately because that's like if you get like a Carfax report, you know, and it tells you like, oh, this car like was in an accident, but I don't think they did anything on the book, so it's probably all invisible except for the Perla lingerie that he bought for Shauna.
I'm also curious if the lawyers in our listenership would agree with Misty that like if a police officer asks you about something, should your automatic response in order to protect yourself be I'm gonna need you to talk to my lawyer? Because he's leveraging their personal relationship, but like okay, in this case Adam really did get stabbed by Shauna, so it's not really the scenario that I'm thinking about when I ask this question. But if Shauna hadn't done a little stabby stab and she was like getting set up, or, you know, the police were zeroing in on her even though she was not the person who actually committed the crime. Like if you and I were talking about this and we knew her to be innocent, would we be saying, oh God, talk to your lawyer? Because Kevin has this personal history with her and he's totally utilizing that to just be like, oh, hey, I just got a couple of questions for you. I'm a handsome man, so here are my questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone except for Shauna would have had a plan for what to do if this happened. Just generally speaking, any kind of plan.
And selfishly, I'm mostly concerned for myself because much like volcanoes, you know, lava, quicksand, all of that stuff, being wrongfully convicted of a murder that I did not commit was like high on my list of concerns growing up. So like,
you
and
just
you know,
tell the
why take it off now? I'm going to keep it on my list of concerns.
I would say that as long as you didn't commit the murder, you simply tell the truth. I think like that's the vibe.
But I feel like I've seen movies where that went poorly. Kristen, I don't think I'm going to be retaining you as legal counsel.
Yeah,
that's
true.
what I know.
I'm not representing you. Conflict of interest. You can't represent your best friend. And you can't have your good friend represent you. Okay, so but long and short, fucking Shauna lies, and she lies horribly, but Callie saves her ass, which I feel like we should write down in our journal, because Callie is a badass, and she's a lot.
Yeah, Callie's like, Mom, I hate you. By the way, I noticed that the police are interrogating you, so I'm going to swoop in and be like, are we going to the mall that I said very clearly I did not want to go to with you, or what?
She does such a good job. Like, she really leans into like, oh, I can just be a bitchy teenager and no one will question that. So let me go
Also,
for it.
if I'm Kevin, this is not deterring me. If I'm here for answers, I'm not going to be like,
Yeah,
Callie
but I
says
think
she needs to go to the mall.
Kevin really wanted to be convincing as like, he just popped by. He's a friend. I think he wants to maintain that, you know, rapport with Shauna for
this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm concerned about whether I should call my lawyer right away.
Somebody write to Jenny and tell we need pro bono advice for Jenny Onion.
Yes, I need representation.
She needs representation.
Not for anything specific, but just in case.
General concerns. Please write in hello@bufferincast.com.
This is my emotional support lawyer.
Okay, so Kevin leaves, and then let's hear.
Oh, but wait.
What did I miss?
After all that talk, after all of that, me talk about my legal representation, did we say specifically that Shauna is like, do I need a lawyer?
Yeah.
And Kevin is like, why would you need a lawyer? Which is such a fucking cop thing to say back. It's very plausible deniability / dodging the question without answering it.
Yeah.
Vibe. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to very clearly hit that before we move forward.
No, I support that.
Before Callie immediately turns on Shauna once more.
Seriously. Also, like the choices that are made either by Melanie Linsky or the director, who knows, maybe it's written in the script, but like the way that she pats this fucking hamburger patty like nothing has ever happened is just so incredible. It's such a small choice, but the way that Melanie Linsky does it is incredible. Like, she's like, anyway, back to my little life as a housewife, making hamburgers for my husband and daughter. And this is what Callie has to say to her mother.
Why would you lie to the police? Cops are sexist, okay? Especially in towns like this. They would never believe it was just an affair. They'll fall all over themselves trying to make it something else.
So you lied to be feminist?
Actually, the opposite. I did it to protect your dad. He's been through so much. The last thing he needs is everyone knowing that I cheated on him.
Wow. How thoughtful of you.
Cals. At least go through the back in case he's still out there.
This woman doesn't even know what the truth is. She is deep in the labyrinth.
She is. I mean, you know, we all tell ourselves stories to make peace with some of our actions or choices or whatever. Like like on a low level, that's something everyone does. That is being done at an incredibly high level when it comes to Shauna, where it is really. So I'm watching, and I won't spoil anything, but I'm watching Agatha All Along right now, and Catherine Hahn plays Agatha, and there is, you know, There are things that Agatha does not want to think about and does not want to deal with. It's very similar to Shauna. And I have to say that Melanie Lynskey and Katherine Hahn both are absolutely stupendous at delivering these performances that give us a character who just shuts off. I mean, that's the hamburger patty. Like that's why it's like so incredible, is because she's just like, and I'm done. And now I'm back in the world where, like, I had an affair. My daughter knows I had an affair, but the cops are sexist. And if I tell them, they'll think I murdered him. You did. You did. You literally did. Oh, God. All right. Let's go to the bar for some underage drinking.
I love underage drinking. Well, I should say I loved underage drinking as an underage person. We're not coming out as a pro underage drinking podcast. But as a youth, I was once pro underage drinking.
Yeah, I mean,
for myself and my peers.
I'm pretty sure that most young people are pro underage drinking just by default. I was pretty responsible. Like not like I wouldn't make the choices that I made then now, but like all things considered, I did a pretty okay job as an underage drinker. I would like to say.
Congratulations. Some responsible parties on this podcast might say there's no such thing as responsible underage drinking, but then some people might say, how come English 16-year-olds can drink, but American 20-years can't drink?
It's true.
Also, did you know that you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes?
What? Since when?
For like years.
Well, I guess we're like decades away from 21, so how the fuck would we know? But
I know.
Wow, that's insane. I honestly, listen, I don't know what this podcast is about anymore, but I want to say that I am really pro 18 as a smoking and drinking age. Like 21 seemed insane to me then. It seems insane to me now. I think 18 is okay. And I also really support households that like allow their kids to have a drink with dinner or whatever. I most of us, I think, who like went into like a college scene or any scene with like 20, 21-year-olds who had never had a fucking drink. That's where the messes really happen, you know? So I support you allowing your children to figure out.
Early training, Kristin says.
I do.
On December 20th, 2019, just 3 days after Kristin's
21st birthday.
21st birthday, the president signed legislation amending the federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act and raising the federal minimum age for sale of tobacco products from 18 to 21 years. For all of those of you in our listenership who are still in the bloom of youth, you probably know this. Wow. And for everybody who's older, you probably maybe don't because you don't have a reason to. I don't know. But it was shocking to discover this for me personally.
You can write in if you disagree, but I just feel like 18. You know what? I've always been of a mind that if you can sign yourself up to go to fucking war at 18, then you should be able to have a fucking drink and a cigarette at 18. So either
does feel
right.
But what if nobody signed up to go to war?
Sure.
What if there was no no sign up sheet for that activity?
Then you can keep your 21.
Okay, so back to the underage drinking at hand. Callie is with her friend at a bar, and she's getting eyeballed by a mustachioed skis named Jay.
Is his name Jay or is his name Syracusa?
Right, in this scene, his name is Jay. Okay. And this sick burn opening line, my grandpa does crossword puzzles. Also, Kristin, they're drinking Fireball. How does this make you feel?
What's incredible to me is that Jay is drinking Fireball.
Yes.
Like, Callie, of course, is drinking Fireball. Jay drinking, especially in this context, like I would have a little more space for Jay drinking Fireball if he was like out with a bunch of friends and it was nighttime. But like doing a crossword during the day and drinking Fireball is just a choice.
It is a curious cocktail.
But your wife is a full-grown adult and she fucking loves Fireball. So
well, I think that she enjoys Fireball upon occasion. She has her very best friend is a Fireball enthusiast. So there was a period of time where Fireball was being brought into the house regularly, and when it's around, they're to be enjoyed,
Sure.
to be plucked from the fruitful bush of libation,
That's where I get all my fireball,
if you will.
Well, we're at the fruitful bush
of libation. Yeah, it's a little, I mean, I think it's like a fun, festive treat, but as a daily drink, the sun is out and I'm doing a crossword puzzle drink. No.
No, that's
not for me.
Yeah, so they do this little crossword flirtation, and she asks why he's day drinking, and he's like, I'm a fighter pilot by night. And she's like, I'm not sure I believe you, but whatever. She's very good at what she's doing. Callie is proving herself to be someone who can use her feminine wiles to like get what she wants. She, of course, has no idea at this point, nor do we as the viewer, that she's dealing with an officer of the law. Because honestly, who would let this man? Yeah, just stop it. He shouldn't. Get out of here. He says his parents are divorcing, and that's why he's back up from Brooklyn. It almost is like he wore a costume as somebody from Brooklyn, but that's just how he looks.
Yeah.
And this gets...
He went to Spirit Halloween, and it was like...
Yeah, Brooklyn hipster.
Brooklyn man. There's like a little tight denim jacket and a disgusting little mustache.
Yeah.
No offense to those in our listenership with mustaches. It's only disgusting because it's attached to Jay.
Yeah. No, I mean, the amount of times when I like make fun of people who look like they are cut out of a Brooklyn catalog, but then also look down at myself and I'm like, God damn it. You know, it happens to the best of us. What are you going to do? Callie gives up that her mom is cheating on her dad. So Jay has what he needs, and we only find this out in the last scene for this arc, which is at the police station. Syracuse is like, I got everything we need. Let's book them, Dano. And Kevin is like, dude, you've been here for like less than a year. Like, you have to take your time with things like this. Otherwise, you're going to blow it. You know, there are things that you can do while you're gathering information that then make that information completely unusable. So, like, don't fucking rush. Just give it a minute.
Yeah.
Would you like to turn our eyes away from the police station and toward the bird-loving, crime-solving, beautiful character that is Misty Quigley?
Beautiful character?
Like, you know, beautiful in that it's an art form.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was, let me just say that my incredulity.
Yes, I know, is that she's a murdering, scheming. I know.
Yeah, not that she's not. Obviously, Christina Ricci is a hot lady.
Yes, no, none of us thought that you had any intention of saying that Christina Ricci was not beautiful to look upon.
Okay, so Misty is leaving Thaisa a voice message about her new foul play evidence. Oh my God, she's got kittens on her desktop. Kristin, did I press my nose up against the glass of my TV screen, desperately trying to read the titles of all of her desktop folders?
Oh my God, what did you get for us?
They all appear, and this, I don't know if this is like a intentional thing or not, but they all look like they're just blurred out.
Oh, bummer.
I'm sorry to but do you have any guesses?
No, I mean, Misty probably has like a folder labeled like soup recipes, but inside of it are like forensic evidence files. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like a decoy title for Will Eyes Within.
Yeah, yeah.
She also, on the voicemail to Ty, says, oh, what, did you and Shauna like go on a spa day without me or something? Oh, so she goes on to see if anyone has had tips about this camera. And because we saw last episode that she saw that there was a security footage camera. Now,
dude, I love that people are like, try a hammer if you want to get inside that thing.
Yeah. I also was really happy because my favorite character on the show, Larry, who runs the motel, I was like, man, Larry said that this place was like, you know, what do you call it? Covert. It was a place you could do things and not have record of it, but there's the security camera. So I was really happy to learn that actually this security camera doesn't have anything to offer. But right now, all we do is we get the voice of Walter. I might have an idea, but only if you stop shitting on my Adam Martin theories.
Misty has an idea too. Fuck off.
The nervousness with which she writes, "Stop wasting our time with goose chases, send." And then she's like, "Fuck." And she edits it and she's like, "Wild goose chases. God damn it." Oh, it's really good.
Whoa, this just came up.
Yes, wild goose chases have come up twice in 2 podcast recordings.
Wow, so I won't belabor.
Well, yeah. If you want to hear about the history of wild goose chases, actually originates having nothing to do with, there are no geese involved in the chase.
Indeed.
Wild or domesticated. Okay. We go to the nursing home where Misty works. Oh my God. Are you ready for these fucking calves or what?
Whoa. Awooga. He's got legs and he knows how to use them.
He really does. I mean, Elijah Wood, those calves are looking fucking
I want to know,
man.
if I could ask Elijah Wood one single question, it would be, did you pump up your calves for this role? Because as we know, Misty Quigley famously is turned on by muscular calves.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if this is part of his character development, like,
I hope so.
role training, but instead of getting Jack to look like Wolverine, you're only focusing on your calves.
Yeah. Well, the costuming department definitely went out of their way to highlight his calves. So
the camera is leering at Walter's calves.
Yeah. He's wheeling his mother around this nursing home, asking questions, all manner of questions about the security, about the HVAC filtration, and on and on and on. He gives Misty this fucking smirk as he walks by, and she's like so unsettled. She goes into the lunchroom and she opens the fucking fridge, and on her lunch is a fucking envelope that says Misty Quigley, which, Jenny, is in a beautiful cursive. Great job, Walter.
But there is no beautiful handwriting in the letter.
There's no handwriting at all.
No.
There's I don't have a lot of notes about the score, which is, I think, amazing in this episode, but there's this like dragging violin chord that ends this scene where it's like not just the note that's being played, but it's like that it feels like the bow is like falling off the string, and it's really cool. It's like very eerie the way that it sounds.
Okay, I just went back and listened to that bit of score really quick, and it sounds to me, and I invite our the string players in our listenership to write in at hello@bufferingcast.com to let us know how wrong I am. But to me, it sounds like some layered kind of like leading up to that last note that you referenced. There's some like layered strings playing glissandos, which is like when you glide from one note to another, but it's like very slow and kind of like uncomfortable. And that last note that sounds like a little unstable sounds to my non-expert ear like, instead of like the sort of like regular pressure that you would apply from the bow hairs to the string to get like a nice even solid tone, that it's sort of like scraping unevenly, like the pressure is uneven, maybe the bow is being tilted. Again, dear God, this is a lot of guesswork on my part. But I'd love confirmation or correction from anybody who knows what's up.
It's a cool choice. All right. Last thing in the Misty, of course, scene is she's cleaned Caligula's cage. We learned she cleans Caligula's cage with a blacklight. I mean, you know what?
Oh my God.
You know who Misty would get along with really well? The fucking mayor of Sunnydale.
Oh, yeah. They have so much in common.
They really do. They are cleanliness next to godliness guys. They are psychotic guys. They, you know.
The one place where I feel like they might actually have a problem is that I don't think the mayor would stand for a bird as a pet.
No, I mean, filthy creatures. I love a bird, but I think he would draw the line. But she's like almost there where she has a bird, but then
if anyone could convince him, it's Misty.
So let's so she fucking, of course, figures out that the black light is what would help her read the letter. She shines it on the letter, and we get this voiceover from Walter reading the letter to us.
I have no doubt you're reading this note because you're too smart not to have figured it out.
Damn right I am.
Don't shoot the messenger, but the security camera is a dummy, for deterrence only. However, I did ID a man who's been living at the motel for 3 months. He thinks he's being interrogated by the FBI tomorrow at 1100 hours. Would Agent Quigley care to join? Please advise on the citizen detective board of your choosing. This note will self-destruct in 10, 9... Never mind, I'm kidding. Truly yours, putting the sick in forensics.
God, Misty is undone. She is undone. She does not know what to make of this guy at all. She is turned on and full of rage all at the same time.
Which is probably ideal for her.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, God. Let's go to the Thaisa present day arc. It's a short but devastating one. It starts with last we saw Thaisa, she had found Biscuit's head and freaked the fuck out. So now she's like terrified to go to sleep. She is just chugging espresso. There's this incredible montage of like the water going down in the espresso machine and the plates sort of like moving around in the sink and changing and stuff. And she is not.
Steve is on the bed. Signs of life. Steve Watch continues.
Steve Watch is looking good this episode. Steve Watch, Steve's okay. Yeah, he's alive. And the next scene, wow.
Wait, before you go forward.
Yeah.
Couple things that you did not touch on. At the very end of the scene, Thaisa is surrounded by mirrors and she's like kind of like moving about, and just before the scene cuts, one of her reflections is divorced from her actual body, which is a nice disturbing effect.
So creepy.
The other thing I want to say about this scene is that the music choice is Inertia Creeps by Massive Attack, which I think is getting the job done, but I was like, this was a spot where I was like, I feel like there's something that would be even more satisfying. I'm not sure what it is. As close as I could get was Natural One by Folk Implosion, which I feel like, you know that song?
What I hear in my head is, you're the one, natural one.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's the song.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, which I feel like is also not quite right, but something, it's like not quite as like uncomfortable as I would like it to be.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. But maybe if it was more uncomfortable when Thaisa's reflection turned to look at her, we would be completely undone.
We'd all be dead.
Yeah, we'd all die.
But if anybody has a song pitch that's in the sort of like Natural One zone, I would love to hear it. Hello at bufferingcast.com.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so after that terror, we are greeted by Sammy at the door. Sammy walked all the way from school just to see Thaisa, except no, he didn't. We already know because we've watched the whole episode. Ty calls Simone.
Encouraging that she calls Simone right away.
It is. She is imagining all of this, but even in her imagining, she knows that the responsible thing is to let Simone know because Simone did not want Sammy anywhere near her. And also now Thaisa knows why that is. So Simone shows up at the door. The door is chained. She tells... This is like the most married they've ever seemed, this scene.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Simone is like, you look like hammered shit, first of all. And then Ty calls her Moni, which I don't remember ever
Never. We've never heard that.
Yeah, hearing her call. So the energy in the scene, like, just really hit for me. It was like, this feels like exactly spot on to where their dynamic would be given the circumstances. That like even when you're in insanity, you still like have this rapport with this person.
You look like hammered shit.
Like hammered shit. So they go upstairs because Sammy's not downstairs, and Sammy's window is open and he's not there. And so they leave to go find Sammy. And Ty is like fucked up. She's like, I am so sorry. I don't know. I didn't, I'm just sorry. Oh no, Jenny. I get in the car. You tell them what happens. I don't want to tell them.
Oh my God. It's not great, Kristin. What happens is that they're driving around looking for Sammy. Simone gets a call from the school. The person on the phone is very upset that Simone has not come to pick up Sammy, who has been waiting in their office for 2 hours.
The girl at the school is a fucking dick, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, terrible vibes, but I think that's just like a writing thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're just like, we gotta move this along.
Yeah. I just feel like you could have written, whatever. I don't want to nitpick every beat of the show, but I just feel like you could have written this where there was concern instead of, especially because Simone has never been late to pick up Sammy one fucking time in her whole fucking life. Don't talk to my Simone like this.
Oh boy. Kristin's gonna call the office.
Yeah, I've got some bones to pick with that lady.
Simone is like, you're very sick. And Thaisa is staring at her in such a frightening way. And then they get in a car accident.
If you haven't already done this, go back and watch Thaisa's eyes right before the car hits, because it is fucking chilling. You see her eyes on Simone, then you see her eyes clock the car that is coming towards them as she continues forward through the red light. Obviously this is, I think we started calling, maybe it was in the chat, or maybe it was even in season 1, we started calling her Shadow Ty, right?
Yeah.
This is very much like Shadow Ty happening here. This is not Thaisa, the Thaisa that like is waking.
Right.
And this is a bad hit, and it's entirely on Simone's side of the car.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. So we go to, also fucking don't let Thaisa drive. I mean, she should have never been allowed to drive in the state that she's in. If you imagine that my son was in your house, she doesn't know that yet. Simone doesn't know that yet, though.
Yeah. Also, I feel like for the entire duration of their relationship, when they've been in a car together, Simone has never been driving ever one time ever.
Yeah. Do you have a vibe like that in your relationship? Does one of you drive more than the other?
No. Thankfully, I can report that the vibe of my marriage in no way reflects the vibe of Simone. Oh my God. In no way reflects the vibe of Simone and Thaisa. Of Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, that's great. That's great news for everybody. Okay, let's go to the last beat in the present day. Lottie's cult. It's a pretty quick run. We first get this incredible scene. Okay, so first of all, Lottie and Nat are at each other's throats, just as they have always been and always will forever be. You've come a long way since finger painting at the fucking mental institution, and then fucking Lottie's like, last I heard, you were getting out of rehab. How's recovery going? They just want to hate each other. They kind of want to make out, is how I feel. You know, like if you hate somebody that much, you want to kiss them a little bit.
Wow. This is where we get the info drop that it's not purple, it's heliotrope. And Lottie says that they make the dye themselves from the flowers used to treat wounds. The flowers used to treat wounds? So heliotrope is a flower that is purple.
Is it used to treat wounds?
Not that I can discern from the internet.
We need Aquila. Lottie says that this is not This is not a cult. This is an intentional community turning suffering into strength so we can live as our best selves. And I just feel like
Doesn't sound like not a cult to me.
I didn't do it, but I just feel like if I Googled cult, it might say an intentional community turning suffering into strength. Also, before we learn that it's heliotrope, I just need to say that Nat says, was I being treated when your purple fucks came and jumped me? Shout out to purple fucks. Natalie giving us everything we always want from Natalie. As Lottie is describing heliotrope, Natalie's eyes roll so far back in her head that they come back around from the bottom again. And then Charlotte brings Lottie a smoothie. Oh my
boy.
God, Jenny.
I smell butterscotch. She didn't want to increase her libido. She wanted to increase her focus. Therefore, she did not want maca root. She wanted ashwagandha. The way that Lisa looks and speaks to Lottie is the way that my dog looks and postures himself to me when he knows he's done something
Not good.
wrong. And, you know, he's very dramatic. He's very over the top. He's like, forsooth, how could I betray thee so? And that is the same energy that Lisa has here with like a smoothie ingredient mix up. And I don't like it. And we start to see sort of like the fire come into Lottie's eyes. It's just a terrible, terrible vibe. But then she remembers that Natalie is there and she puts her public face back on and is like, it's all right. I'll drink it. It can't hurt. As soon as she walks away, she throws it directly in the trash.
Also, it's like a glass cup and a metal straw. She just throws the whole thing in the garbage.
Oh,
Lottie. And this is, you know, I mean, we talked last week about like 96 Lottie versus present day Lottie. This is like a place where there's this massive chasm between what we know of young Lottie and what we know of present day Lottie, because this is not at all present in what we've seen of young Lottie yet. She is at least outwardly appearing to be someone who just genuinely wants to help and like use whatever she can and what she knows to help. Okay, so
Kristin, don't you think it's time we had a sharing session?
I do. There's so many other things that I like want to say, but we need to get forward into the sharing session. Note, I don't think any version of Lottie would have ever chosen this fucking sign that's hanging on the door. It's like cursive, but sharing in session with like roses and tulips on it.
Yeah,
No
your
way.
mom make that sign?
My mom would choose that sign 100%. Okay, so they're in this room so that Lottie can tell Nat about Travis. She said last episode she had a message from Travis, so she explains what happened. The night that he died, he called her, and he said that the wilderness had come back to haunt him. He knew what he had to do. She said, what do you mean? He hung up. She panicked. And then every time I watch this clip, all I hear is, I drove all night to get to you. Because that's what Lottie did. She says, I drove all night. I can't see it without it singing in my head.
She does say that.
One day I'll have a supportive podcasting partner.
What? Come on. I'm very supportive. Supportive is my middle name.
He has this theory, Travis. Also, casting of modern day, present day Travis, I think is really good. This, I think that this could be, what Travis looks like grown up. I mean, young Travis has like a longer face than present day Travis, but like by vibe and by general look, it works for me.
And this is the voice of young Travis.
Right. Cool. The only way to confront the darkness is to get as close to death as possible. And he references when Van almost died, when you did, you both said you saw something, and that the only way to confront the darkness was to find out what it wants is to get as close as possible to death. So she calms Travis down. She puts her hand on his chest again. I don't think he gets a boner this time, which is great.
None of our business.
Great news for everyone. Natalie says that Lottie should have called her, and Lottie says Travis said you would only make things worse, which feels
believe this.
I don't believe it. I don't believe literally anything that has been spoken here by Lottie, or at least not most of it. But I also don't believe this at all, because this is just not something you would choose to say. If this really happened, I just can't imagine why you would choose to say this to somebody. This man is dead. He can never.
Right?
Like, yeah. So Travis, this is why this story feels insane to me, because if you feel like the way that you can figure out what the darkness wants is by getting as close to death as possible, and the way you're going to do that is basically by like choking yourself out and like almost dying, why would you choose to do it by hanging yourself on a fucking crane? Like, it just feels
goes
like the
up
most
and up and up.
wild choice. And also, why would Lottie let him do it like this? Why wouldn't she say, okay, here's a different way that we could do this. And also,
literally
Jenny,
any other way.
So what happens in her rendering of the story is that Travis is like, gives her the remote so that she can lower him down after he's like almost dead, and the button gets stuck. Why would she not have at least tried to pick this man up?
Yeah.
There's just so many parts of this whole thing that make no sense at all. So I believe none of it as reality, except for the part where she sees Laura Lee.
Oh, a very dead, very slimy Laura Lee.
This particular, there's probably a name for this kind of horror, and I don't know what it is, but the show doesn't use it very often. This is like one of the standalone moments when we get like a visual like this. It really shook me when it first happened, because I was like not prepared. I was like, I'm not watching The Haunting of Hill House right now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her whole face like turns black, and she screams in a way that is like very non-human. It's really creepy. And meanwhile, Travis has gone all the way to the top with the crane. Let's hear a little bit of what Lottie and Nat have to say to each other after the story is told.
Didn't kill him, Nat. I was trying to save him.
Well, that's funny, because every time that you try to save someone, a lot of bad shit happens. And look at you now, 25 years later, and the same shit's happening again. Only this time, you're wearing a Rolex, and you have all the broken toys around here who think you walk on water. I'm gonna put a stop to your fucking bullshit. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna stop it.
Lottie vying for smug bitch here. Well, I guess as long as it keeps you alive, my job here is done. At that point, if I were Nat, I would simply kill Lottie. Like, I got the message. Okay, where's that big stick I had?
There are no more trains tonight, so they're gonna have to have a little slumber party at Camp Triangle Buddy. But will Nat have a restful night at this intentional community? No. She lies down on bed and has what appears to be a flashback of maybe an overdose.
Yeah, Travis is there. Like, if you really kind of freeze frame this, you can see that adult Travis is in the room. There's like a medic putting an oxygen mask over what we assume is her face. And that's it for present day. That's where we're leaving all of our girls.
Woo.
But everything, I'm sure, will be much more chill in 1996, Jenny. So don't worry.
Yeah, just sort of like statistically, we've got to be sailing into much calmer waters, I would say.
Oh my God. All
Shauna's out in the meat shed. There are two things we didn't talk about last week. One is this great detail that everyone in the wilderness has visible breath because it's so cold, except for Jackie, because she
that is very cool.
dead. The other thing that I just want to highlight for anybody who isn't aware of it, this is so great, was that when this show, when this season was coming out, friend of the pod, Joanna Robinson, and friend of the pod, Mallory Rubin, were covering this show over on House of R, my favorite pod feed. And Mallory asked Joanna when they were covering the premiere, what part of your friend would you eat? And Joanna, a great co-host, very game, was like, I guess the tongue, that seems like the best option.
I will never understand that choice. I will
well,
challenge
tongue sandwich, tongue taco. I don't know.
No. Anyway,
and then,
that's not the point.
And then she was like, okay, Mallory, what part would you eat? And Mallory was like, I simply wouldn't eat a part of my friend. And this betrayal has echoed forward through the pod. It cast a long shadow over the pod.
Oh, God. I think about it all the time. Like, truly all the time. It was really one of the funniest moments ever. Joanna was like, oh, my God. That is something you would have done to me, too. Like, you are the Mallory and I am the Joanna in that dynamic.
I know. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
So, oh God, things have escalated in the meat shed. Okay, Jackie is earless. You heard in the opening sound clip what Jackie, as played by Shauna, and Shauna, as played by Shauna, have to say to each other, which is that, of course, Shauna just buried the ear. No, you didn't. You put it in your pocket. And then, oh God, Ella Purnell. I think I appreciated Ella Purnell at the time, but now having watched her in Fallout and coming back to her in Yellowjackets,
yeah,
I'm really like, damn, she is fucking great. She does this whole bit about like, oh, imagine you had a little ear coffin and you said a little ear prayer, and it's just so funny. And then she asks Shauna to braid her hair.
To hide her missing ear. This is fine. Then they joyfully recall that time Alyssa Bender drank rum and gummy bears and then threw up during Pump Up the Jam, and then Randy slipped in it. God, so
poor Randy.
My first question is, what is rum and gummy bears?
I think she was just eating gummy bears and drinking rum. I don't think that it was like a cocktail.
Well, according to the internet, rum gummy bears are a fun and fruity, boozy treat.
Huh. Wouldn't you call them rummy bears? Like, what are we doing?
Well, that seems like a 2024 solution to a 1996 problem.
All I know is that every time I've heard it, I've wanted to eat gummy bears and drink some rum. Like, it sounds delicious to me. And I'm sorry for the girl that puked. But if, done in moderation, it sounds like a great thing. When we do our first live in-person Doomcoming event, we will exclusively be serving rum and gummy bears.
Yes, and I can't.
And chocolate martinis.
The flesh of our friends.
And the flesh of our friends. Full menu. You can get a chocolate martini or a shot of rum, and food choices are gummy bears or the flesh of your friend. Okay, so one other thing about this scene that I really loved is that we know that Jackie is missing the ear that Shauna ate, but they don't give us like the full shot of her ear, and I think it's just such an effective choice. The camera pans up just to the very bottom of where her ear was, and you see like a little bit of like scar there. Yeah. And I think 9 times out of 10 our minds can do much more powerful stuff than like an effect can do. So I support the choice.
Yeah. Also, I bet this prepared her for her future acting opposite a man with no nose.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap between Ella Purnell Fallout and Ella Purnell Yellowjackets. I mean, the fact that the ass jerky is not even from this show says everything you need
Shocking.
to know. Yeah.
Okay, so I love Mari seeing Crystal and Misty buddied up and is like, oh, great, there's 2 of you now.
I have last episode you asked for people to keep their eyes out for things for your drinking game, and I don't know if it'll be be one or not, but Mari being a total bitch, I think could be.
You know what? Yeah.
On that, she's just absolutely effortless and so consistent.
Yeah. Which we love to see. Everybody's kind of like, ooh, Shauna in the shed. And Coach, God bless him, is like, maybe one of you should go and get her. Lottie's like, no. She's gotta sort it out on her own. She'll come in when she's ready. She is, 7 months pregnant.
Yeah, this is not okay.
Now.
And that Nat is like that voice. Nat is like, it is not fucking healthy to be sitting out in the freezing cold 7 months pregnant. Like, yes, grieving, yes, time, yes, whatever. But like, there has to be some cut to what Lottie is suggesting. Mari, here you go. Drink again. Because...
Dude, Mari with the let's eat Shauna's ration.
That'll make her move her ass, is what she says.
Dude.
Oh my God. Ty and Lottie are in agreement on this. Fuck you, Mari. We're not eating Shauna's food. We wouldn't eat Shauna's food even if she wasn't 7 months pregnant, but she's 7 fucking months pregnant, you assholes.
Fuck.
Asshole, singular. So, something that I just want to like put a pin in is the dichotomy. I mean, there's obviously a dichotomy between Nat and Lottie, and that's what we're getting in the present day is the two of them together. But I feel like in 96, and especially in this episode, and I think we might see it moving forward, there's something really beautiful about the Ty and Lottie dichotomy. Like, we know that Ty doesn't want to wear a fucking bone around her neck and doesn't fucking want to, there's a lot of stuff that Ty is like very anti-Lottie about, but they both really care for Shauna. And so I think the way that they are sort of like two pieces of like Shauna's support system is really powerfully done in this episode. And I feel like perhaps moving forward as well.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies just to see if you could save some cash? Well, Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states. The holidays are approaching, and everyone knows that this time of year, the sooner you can get things done, the better. For both shoppers and businesses, the best time to score great deals during the holidays is during that Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. And if you have your own business, whether you've been around the block a few times or this is your first year going through the holiday sale rush, the most important thing you can have is a platform that can handle everything that's about to be thrown at you. This is a crucial time for your business and your customers. And with Shopify, you can be sure that your tools and platform are ready for anything that comes your way. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names to entrepreneurs who will be participating in their first Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year. With everything else going on, you probably don't have time to spend hours poring over every little detail in your online store. That's why Shopify's thousands of templates and tools help you streamline website creation and make sure that your site isn't just aesthetically pleasing, but functional and easy to use. Shopify's expedited checkout, Shop Pay, saves customer information and reduces hassle. And the best part is that it's been proven to boost conversions, meaning you'll see less abandoned carts and more profits. You can also stress less knowing that Shopify's award-winning customer support team is on standby 24/7 to help with any issues that arise, allowing you to get back to your business as fast as possible. This Black Friday, join the thousands of new entrepreneurs hearing for the first time with Shopify. Sign up for your free trial today at shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm and make this Black Friday one to remember.
There are names that echo in the world of true crime, names that carry unanswered questions. Oakley Carlson, a 5-year-old girl who deserved safety, protection, and love, yet the system built to protect her failed, and Oakley disappeared. Her community still calls her name.
Or Ellen Greenberg, found in her locked apartment with 20 stab wounds, a case declared a suicide. But how does a locked apartment tell two different stories at once?
These are not just cases we have covered. They are people. They were loved, and they mattered.
Their stories deserve to be told with care, with depth, with truth.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Ricky.
We are the husband and wife duo behind Crime Salad.
Every week we uncover stories of the missing, the silence, the misunderstood. We ask the questions that were left behind. We refuse to let these stories be forgotten.
Because behind every case is a family holding on, a community seeking answers, and a story that deserves to be heard.
We invite you to listen to Crime Salad,
Your healthy portion of true crime, wherever you get your podcasts.
Suddenly, a foul scent is called out. And here's the thing. The source that they quickly discover, once we know what's going on, it doesn't make any sense that this has just been sitting there and nobody has been like, wow, it smells bad before right now. Also, why is the pee bucket in the common room? Question.
I mean, the other choice would be where? Ben's room?
So there's the room where Ben sleeps, but there's also upstairs. Obviously, that is for reasons that seem weird, like Ty and Van's room.
Yeah.
Weird that like they're away from like the centralized body heat in a room without a fireplace and whatever. But also there's like a little like pantry nook. Like there are options other than just like, here it is.
Yeah. No one will own up to who shit in the bucket. Misty, I'm so glad that
Misty is like, I need to have a gender reveal party for the shit in this bucket.
Travis's response of like, that is not a thing. Like, girl shit does not look different than boy shit. Misty is it's one of my favorite Travis moments of all time because it is just perfect. So Ty is disgusted with the whole room and she takes the bucket. Then there's no lantern and she says, you are all a literal shit show. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh no. 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 Oh no.
In the meat shed, I write in my notes, we go back to the meat shed and I write in my notes, a horror film in 3 lines. Now do my makeup. I don't have any makeup. Then what's that?
I hate it.
Oh, fuck.
No, this is not the first time we've seen this caboodle post crash, but the fact that it is just here.
Oh my God. Fucking smuggled Jackie's makeup caboodle out there and then wrote this fucking scene for herself. This is terrifying.
The thing I'm really struggling with, I know that like Jackie is like, I always did this for you. This is like role reversal. Like, I always did your makeup. Shauna can't be this bad. Shauna can't be like insane clown posse bad at makeup, right?
Shauna does Jackie's makeup as though she's your 4-year-old child playing makeup. Like, it is bad. But also the thing that I do think is interesting is that there's like this massive amount of dissociation happening. I mean, she's having conversations about how she didn't bring the makeup, she brought the makeup. So the level of dissociation that she's having could also, I think, interface with, like, it's possible, Jenny, it's possible that she's done Jackie's makeup multiple times. So sorry.
Oh no, Kristin. I was like, surely Kristin is going to where I went, which is like, she's like either reverting to like a childlike place or, you know, like it's revenge on Jackie or it's like deliberately bad or she's like not fully in control. Like she doesn't have access to all of her like faculties or whatever.
Yeah.
But the option that this is like many, many, many layers of caboodle makeup is really more upset than I thought I could be about this situation.
You're welcome. We watch television to escape from the horrors of our own life. So happy to be here.
Oh my God, it is not good.
Okay, let's get some lines in here. Jeff only had sex with you because I made you into someone else. You only had sex with him so you could imagine being me. I'm just gonna sit with that for just a second. Don't worry, Jenny. What happens next actually will take some let us feel a little bit calmer. You're hungry. Mari is making dinner. That's not what you're hungry for. Jackie slides up the sleeve of her jacket and starts cutting the flesh of her arm.
Unsubscribe.
While laughing hysterically.
Unsubscribe.
Shauna's like, this is not funny. This is sick. And Jackie says, you're the one holding the knife.
Oh my God, of course. And what's that?
This is terrifying. This is absolutely like jarring to the core of any human to witness this. And this is incredibly done. Like, this is fucking... we talk like when we talk about Buffy, we talk a lot about like how it's, I think, one of the most effective shows at portraying a dream, There's it's just so good at like actually making you feel like you actually feel when you dream. This to me is such an incredible portrayal of like complete dissociation, like giving us, because it gives us the dissociation beats that we need to feel like how fucked up it is, but it also goes so hard on the way that Shauna feels inside of these scenes, the way they laugh together, like, Shauna saying like, what planet are you on? Earth. Like, it's like so teens being pals and hanging out. And so the dissonance between those two things is just, I think, executed perfectly. Also, in the actual order of the show, this is the cold open. And after she's holding the knife, we immediately go to no return. So it's really point driven home. Okay, Jenny, what happens with Taissa?
Van wakes up in the attic and Ty is gone. She goes running. We get sort of Ty vision and see that she's following the man with no eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And Van tackles her right before she walks off a damn cliff. We see that Triangle Buddy has been carved into the trunk of a tree here.
Van making incredible decisions here. Like the split-second decision to tackle Ty, and that I would say only the reason that she didn't fall is incredible. The man with no eyes, I read a little bit of background info from a panel that I thought I might share. In a panel for Yellowjackets, in response to a fan question regarding the character, showrunner and co-creator Ashley Lyle described the man with no eyes as being, quote, death incarnate. When a fan asked if there was anything that the group at the panel could share regarding the man with no eyes, the program's other co-creator, Bart Nickerson, replied, absolutely not. Next question. Tawny Cypress, who plays adult Ty, rose from her chair, stating, we all want to know. That's my favorite part of the panel. And then Lyle explained that the man with no eyes is a symbolic character for Ty, someone who's not in touch with her ability or belief and can be looked at as death incarnate and the representation of the unknown, something that Taissa is incredibly uncomfortable with. Tawny Cypress also mentioned that there are a lot of cut scenes that have the man with no eyes, like scenes they filmed that were never used. She also described, this is still Tawny, the man with no eyes as being just as terrifying in person as he is for viewers. The effect is created by a prosthetic worn over the actor's face. The actor is, and it's actually two different actors, season 1 and season 2, but they're both like, according to Tawny Cypress, like 8 feet tall. And he knows he's creepy too. He loves it. He freaking loves it. So, a little eyeless man behind the scenes.
Wow, I love it.
All right. Van and Ty are back upstairs. No one fell off the cliff, thank God.
Van thinks Lottie can help Ty, and Ty's like, I'm not talking to Lottie, and neither are you. Oh, the beginning of the I'm driving.
Yeah. Nice.
Man, and I just can't help but think it's got to be so fucking cold in that attic.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, no, like you said, no fire, no other bodies. They only have the
also
two
probably what's the insulation of this little hunting cabin?
Yeah,
I guess
that could work in two ways. Like the heat, the heat probably goes right from downstairs to upstairs. Probably no insulation between the two floors either.
Yeah, and then right from the attic to outside.
Yeah, they should be putting some of those Playboys on the floor of the attic, and then everybody should be staying downstairs. Van is like annoyed about this, but then like her love for Thaisa prevails and she big spoons Ty to keep her where she is. Okay. Outside the cabin, Ty's chopping wood. Van has her little bone necklace on, a little bit of like division shown visually there.
Kind of like closes her hoodie up over. I think she's wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Okay. Travis is also cavorting with Lottie, which Natalie does not like.
Yeah. A lot of triangles. Maybe that's what Triangle Buddy is to represent. All of the triangulations that happen in love and friendship.
That does seem like the most likely answer.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Off they go, Nat and Travis, to do a hunt. And let's hear a little bit of what they say to each other right as they're walking through the snow.
You missed the blessing.
I figured you had it covered.
It would have been better if you could have been there. The T, it's just a symbol.
Of what, exactly?
Of not being so closed off. Thinking you know everything.
I'm sorry, she goes, a witch, Dr. Messiah, and I'm the one that's not being humble?
I was talking about myself.
Well, it doesn't bother you that we're freezing our asses off trying to feed everyone while she's off holding hands and mumbling and making friends with the spirits of each and every fucking pine needle?
Everyone has their role. Hey, we're gonna need more than just food if we're gonna make it through this winter.
Oh, for fuck's sake, did she put that in your head?
The Natalie Lottie hatred or division goes back real far. And I do think that Natalie has a little bit of a point here. The idea that like she has to be humble, like it does feel a little bit skewed. And I have to say that like it's very hard. These two, I mean, I don't know if we could go so far as to call them like partners, but like Nat and Travis are in a pretty intimate relationship. And when you're in an intimate relationship with somebody and you feel like they're saying things that like they wouldn't have said before they started being in conversation with this like other, that's like an incredibly jarring thing to feel. And I think Natalie is concerned mostly just for Travis. Like, yeah, she's jealous, but I think bigger than that, she's concerned that her impact on him is making him hold on to his brother in ways that are making him like not okay in everyday life.
Yeah, the vibes are not healthy.
It's not good. They split up. Probably also not a good decision.
No. Travis doesn't want to go where they've been before.
Mm-hmm.
And Natalie wants to go where there's most likely to be game.
Yeah. Yeah. And she keeps the gun and they decide that they're going to have a meetup plan and they're going to meet by the elf tree. That's what I'm going to call it, where the elves live. And I say this seems ill-advised from every angle, but off they go.
Meanwhile, back at headquarters,
oh God,
Shauna comes out of the meat shed. Just a quick little color detail. Misty and Crystal are sword fighting with sticks, like way over in the corner of the screen. And Thaisa chooses this moment to see what exactly is going on in the meat shed, and she goes in and finds Jackie makeover. And here's what she has to say about it.
What the ever-living fuck, Shauna? Hey! Hey! Did you know about this? You've been encouraging her! What's going on? What is happening? Fucking told you that it wasn't okay. I knew it wasn't all right. What? Go on, Shauna, tell them. Tell them what you've been up to with Jackie. She's talking. Shauna's been braiding Jackie's hair. She's been doing her fucking makeup.
Holy Christ.
And you've been posing her, right? Adjusting her limbs like some fucked up doll? Is that normal, Lottie? Is that healthy? It's okay. It's not fucking okay.
It was her best friend, Ty.
Kristin, as your best friend, I am now stressing out. I've made an oath to myself, a solemn vow that I will not die first. I cannot die first because I don't want Jess and Avanti to have to deal with what you will undoubtedly see as a necessary ritual in the saying goodbye process.
Oh, God. I finally will get to braid your hair after all these years.
The makeover we've all been waiting for.
Oh, God.
My favorite part of what we just heard is the coach muttering to himself, "Holy Christ." This poor man is still where he was last season,
Coach
trapped
Ben,
with these teen girls.
If there's one
Travis.
person who gets to leave the wilderness, I'm voting for Coach Ben. He should be able to go first.
This man should get to go.
Oh, God. And like, a lot of things that we're laughing through, we're laughing because what else do you do? This is a heartbreaking fucking scene.
Yeah.
This is sort of, last week we had this conversation about Simone and the way she was like coming at Taissa in the parking lot of the school and how like it broke my heart because Taissa had no idea really like what was happening. And like I felt very similar feelings like watching Taissa. I was like, stop yelling at her. Like this is horrible. Like this girl, they're all so young and like she is 7 months pregnant. She feels responsible for the death of her best friend. And like, is it fucked up? Yes, it's fucked up. But watching Shauna's face is devastating because she feels so like embarrassed and also at the same time like completely helpless. And she sort of fights back. I mean, not fights back, but sort of says like, at least when Ty's like, at the very least, it's not good for the baby. Shauna is like, none of you know what's good for this baby. So like, stop that shit at the very least.
Taissa says, "We are getting rid of Jackie's body. We are getting rid of Jackie's 2-month-old corpse."
And even Lottie is like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to actually go. I'm finally going to move to the other side here. Like, I think we've passed what healthy grieving could have been in this scenario. And we are now like deep into unhealthy territory. Thais is like, help me gather firewood. And, Shauna's like, no, please no. And Taissa, I think, like, this is something I really support about young Ty is that she's like, we need to do it now. Like, we have to do it before the sun sets. Like, don't lose the momentum on this. We need everybody on board and we need to do this thing right fucking now before there's some other reason to not do it. And this 7-month pregnant fucking teenage girl is in the meat shed with her frozen best friend again. Like, absolutely fucking not. Oh, but Shauna. Oh, I could cry for years over Shauna.
Oh my God. So out in the woods, Travis is traipsing about and Nat is getting up to no good. She is... Oh my God. She has some of Javi's pants. She brought them with her. She slashes her leg. She puts blood all over them. Then shows them to Travis and is like, look what I found. Javi must be dead. I understand that she's trying to help.
Yeah.
But
there are some things about this that like I kind of support. Like in the sense that the odds of Javi being alive are slim to none, and the odds of Travis unraveling completely because he is holding out hope that Javi is coming back are very high. Lottie is not helping the situation at all. And like, so I have some support for Nat's like, we need to move to the next phase of this. Like we have to start mourning Javi. Otherwise bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And like, there's very few circumstances where I could imagine saying like, I actually kind of support this. This is that circumstance, but I do wonder just practically if there's any way that she could have gotten blood by not cutting her own leg open, or at the very least not used a piece of Javi's pants to bandage the wound. That just seems like a wild choice. But either way,
not a lot of like lucid decision making going on out in the wilderness.
They're all like literally about to die of starvation, so like I guess they're doing their best. But I think Travis does the actor playing Travis does a great job with this scene. Did you look for him? Did you dig? She's like, I screamed, but nothing. And then he's just sobbing in the snow. And I mean, we'll get there, but this is effective. This is helpful for Travis, you know, even if Javi is alive out there somewhere, like at least right now, he's going to be able to like take a step forward. Okay, let's build a pyre.
Yeah. Shauna is just like staring into the fire while everyone else is getting ready to cremate Jackie. And then there's a conversation about whether they should keep Jackie's clothes. No offense, but it does seem like it would be more practical to keep her coat.
Yeah, I literally have in my notes in all caps, yes, you should. What the fuck? Like,
just the coat.
Just the coat. Then that's what she says. That's what it's Akilah, right? Yeah, like Akilah is just like, I'm just saying like her coat at the very least. Like we're literally freezing. And I'm not saying strip her naked, okay? Like we don't need to do that. But her coat is like a big source of warmth. But it also would make a lot more sense later if she wasn't wearing a jacket that probably would be fused to her body from the heat, but whatever.
More on that in What's the Buzz?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so Shauna's like, fuck you, no. Mari, you're drinking 3 times in this episode alone for this one prompt. Mari tries to rip the jacket off of Jackie's dead body. You fucking freak show, Mari.
Shauna leaps into action.
She also says, now you're her protector. Too little, too late. Oh my God, Mari.
Yeah, just brutal. Lottie catches a peep of the cutaway skin on Jackie's arm and has some meaningful eye contact with Shauna. And then she takes Jackie's necklace off and puts it on Shauna. You remember the necklace from the pilot?
Whoever died in that pit was wearing that fucking necklace. Now it's on Shauna. We know it wasn't Shauna.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out who Shauna gives the necklace to next.
Oh my God.
Nat and Travis come back.
And they're like, what the fuck?
They're like, we left for like a few hours. What the fuck has happened? Nat's like deep monotone voice just saying, this has been a fucking day. Like that should be my ringtone, you know?
Yeah.
Lottie, those can't be Javi's pants. He's alive. I can feel it. Natalie loses her fucking mind. Why? What is making you do this? And Natalie has a point, even if Lottie knows that Javi is alive. Why would you do this to this boy? Like, why? Why would you, like, let him mourn? Let him grieve? And if Javi is fucking alive, like I just said, great. But, like, why would you keep doing this to him? It just, I don't know, Lottie. But you know how to get people to shut the fuck up, Jenny? Light the torch that you're going to use to cremate your best friend who you may have killed.
Woo! So that you can deliver a sweet little eulogy.
I'll never have another friend like you. I don't even know where you end and I begin. I'm sorry. And I love you.
That's very beautiful. Right now, actually, where Jackie ends and Shauna begins is in her stomach lining. It's the specific place. Sorry.
Kristin!
Sorry.
Travis tucks the pants into the pyre, piggybacking on this
2 for 1 at the funeral
closure,
home.
yeah, and says goodbye, Javi. Oh.
A lot of folks walk inside, which I thought was like a really good choice, directorially, or whoever made that choice, that like they're there for the moment and then like no one wants to stay there. And to what I was talking about earlier, the only people who remain are Shauna And then Lottie stands on one side of her and Ty stands on the other side of her. And then the three of them go inside. Like they both kind of bring Shauna inside. And I think it's so beautiful because we know that they have such differing beliefs and differing approaches. But in this moment, they are both very important to Shauna's well-being.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Time for a threesome.
Yeah, I bet you didn't think this cremation was going to lead directly to a bow chicka bow bow scene.
The standard tradition actually in the woods is first cremation, second threesome, third cannibalism feast. That's the proper. That's the way that the ritual.
Cremation, fornication, cannibalization.
Yes, that's what it is.
All right. Yeah, they're getting into it. Travis and Nat are having sex. They're doing things that are none of my business, but also Travis is having visions, ? Of Lottie intermittently. Does anybody, or like, is Lottie's like spirit involved here, or is this purely like in Travis's mind?
I think it's in Travis's mind. I don't think Lottie can like astral project her spirit. I feel like, and it's like, you know, he literally got a boner when like she put her hand on his chest and he's been feeling this like spiritual connection to her. So I think it's just like fantasy land for Travis. I love the way they do the different the scenes where he's fantasizing. I mean, you know, you might not agree with me, but where he's fantasizing that Lottie is like there with him versus the reality, the like way the candlelight is just trailing in the fantasy scenes, and it's really cool. And is this? No, this is not yet Radiohead. Something is playing in this scene.
No, I think it's just score. It's like beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful, creepy score. Creepy, but also romantic.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
They're doing this in the meat shed ?
Is that where they are for real?
I think so.
No, I thought that they had like a little nook that was theirs. Oh God. No.
I could be wrong, but I was like clocking the wall behind them because it's these like really skinny
like wooden.
Branches or ross or wood.
Also Natalie realizes that her leg is wrapped in Javi's pants as she's taking her pants off, and so like pulls her pants halfway back up again to keep that concealed. Lots happening here on all levels. What I was gonna say is that obviously the purpose of giving us like the Lottie fantasy is all the things we've talked about, but I also really appreciated it because as we get deeper and deeper into how much everybody stinks and is dirty and is cold and there's a bucket of shit and like on, it's getting harder and harder for me to see even so much as a kiss and like feel anything except for disgusted. So like I really appreciate that there's this like layer of fantasy over the top of it for me, so I'm not completely taken out of it.
Yeah. And then Kristin, something, and we don't know what, causes a huge snow-laden bough of a tree to dump just an enormous amount of snow directly on top of Jackie's burning funeral pyre.
Yeah, the only thing I have written as a guess is this the point of view of Triangle Buddy? Can Triangle Buddy fly?
Yeah, is the wilderness responding to the energy of the semi-threesome?
Yeah. Is this what happens when you have a threesome?
This is why. Is this the future that liberals want?
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you the future that no one wants. It's dinner time here at the woods. So inside the cabin, okay, so whatever. We're about to eat Jackie. Everybody knows, okay? That's where we're...
You've already watched the episode.
You've already watched it. You know where we're going. I think my favorite part about this scene is that they are literally the cartoon characters that there's a pie left in the window.
Oh yeah, and they just like float.
They're
followed by
no matter what
following
they're
their nose.
doing. They're like, what is that smell? Smells
Awoken by the most intoxicating smell.
And like no faults, because if you were starving and just smelled what, I mean, I'm sure it just smells like a delicious barbecue. Like the smoker is out there. How are you not going to be so hungry and so excited about this smell? And then you go outside and you realize that it's Jackie. She has been smoked by Triangle Buddy, the Eyeless Man, Skeleton Buddy, all three of them.
Oh, yeah. I like to think that after the rescue, Triangle Buddy actually opens up a very popular barbecue place. Maybe in or around Austin.
They were
and then it's so popular that he actually launches a barbecue sauce line that is ultimately carried in, finer grocery stores throughout the country.
Oh yeah, they start selling it at like farmers markets and shit because it's like really classy. Yeah, and it doesn't have a name; it's just the symbol.
Yeah. You have to like know.
If you know IYK.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, just like sidebar, I'm sure everyone knows this at this point, but they were eating jackfruit. That is like the thing that they use to sort of like emulate human flesh, which is just especially poetic given the fact that it's Jackie and it's jackfruit.
Yeah.
The scene is cut in two pieces. One is the reality, which is horrifying. And the other is this like gorgeously laid out banquet table. Everyone is in sort of like Roman attire. Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, it's got like a real Dionysus vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Dionysus is there pouring everybody's fucking wine. Everybody's got like crowns on. And I read one of the like reviews that I wrote. I was really upset by it because it was like, I just don't understand why they wouldn't go full on. Is it standards and practices? Like, didn't want us to see like the gruesomeness of this scene. And I was like, I just feel like you're missing the point here because like, yeah, it's to me the dissonance between the feast that they are having and the horror that is actually in front of them is like it accentuates the horror. It like drives home the horror to me. I think it's a beautiful choice and an incredible choice. And I also think that like there's plenty of them just at this pyre with Jackie. They don't shy away from it at all.
Yeah, I think it's plenty gruesome. I'm also wondering if the person who wrote the review you read is the same person who created this post on the sub titled "Stills of Them Actually Eating Jackie."
Just in case you only want the good shit.
Whoa, what?
Oh God. It's horrifying, and it's what audiences had clamored for the entirety of the first season. If you're gonna do cannibalism. Season 2, they were like, Mike, drop.
Yeah.
I'm curious about your feelings on this music placement, Jenny. Radiohead Climbing Up the Walls is playing while they feast. The lyrics of this song: I am the key to the lock in your house that keeps your toys in the basement. If you get too far inside, you'll only see my reflection. It's always best with the covers up. I am the pick in the ice. Do not cry out or hit the alarm. You know we're friends till we die. And either way you turn, I'll be there. Open up your skull. I'll be there. Climbing up the walls. And so on and so forth.
This placement feels good to me.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like appropriately, like there's a low thrum of dread. There's a creepiness. There is momentum. It feels good.
Yeah, I like it too.
Tom York got a creepy voice.
Yeah, I mean, I love Radiohead. I was a big Radiohead fan back in the era of the 90s. I wasn't eating my friends at that point, but if I were, it seems like what music I might play. But I like that it's I mean, this is the thing probably crawling up their skulls, no matter which way they turn now in the present. You know, we don't know what's going to happen next, but I imagine that even if they keep eating people out here in the woods, this moment, this first moment, it has to be the thing that's like more emblazoned into their minds than anything else. But then also, it's one of those songs that does the double lift for us because like Radiohead is probably, you know, singing about, who knows, paranoia or depression or whatever the thing is in your mind that you like can't escape from. But in this context, it could also be like the presence in the woods that like no matter which way they turn is going to be there, you know?
If there is a presence in the woods.
Exactly. Perhaps it's just the darkness within. That's the question, folks. Shauna is the person who sort of like, you know when you do like a car race and there's like the girl at the front and she sort of like drops the
flags. Yeah, the
for
flags for sure, of course.
Shauna,
I've seen every installment of the Fast Saga.
Shauna
Totally.
drops the flags for this. She says she wants us to. And yeah, the only outlier, oh God. Ben.
It's like, Ben, eat some food.
When in Rome, you know?
Literally, almost.
Yeah.
I know, you know, he's the adult and maybe it's weird for me to be like, you know, having more questions for the guy who didn't eat the human flesh than I have for the people who did eat the human flesh. But it's like, she was already dead.
Right.
And the universe smoked her perfectly.
Yeah, it seems like there's only one way to go here.
This is just like that story I told you. I don't remember which of our many podcast feeds I told you this on, but about the guy in the flood who turned away the various rescue vehicles. And then when
God
he ultimately drowned.
God didn't want him to have any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's really important that the show has made the choice to have them do this for the first time where, like you said, Jackie died. She was not killed to be eaten. She died. It was winter. She also wasn't like, you know, we can extrapolate that like if somebody had died, well, we don't have to extrapolate. There were a ton of people who have died over the past however long they've been in the woods. They're not intentionally preserving them to eat them, but it was the dead of winter. Jackie was frozen. She stayed out in the meat shed frozen. And then, yeah, who knows why or how or if the physics of this even really add up, because where did that jacket go? Do you think that Mari actually just took the jacket after she like snuck out? But, you know, to be able to sort of like take the first step in this cannibalistic journey without the morality question of you killed someone to eat them, I think is important. And I'm with you. I don't understand even if Ben didn't want to, because I'm sure that everybody at that pyre had various feelings about what they were doing. But it just feels like at that point you are literally dying. I mean, you are literally dying from starvation. I don't know how you could possibly get your survival instincts to keep you from having some of this. But maybe everyone will think we're a bunch of weirdos. And you can write to us at hello@bufferingcast and let us know.
I mean, I hope none of us is ever in the position of finding out what we would do if we were lost in the woods and starving.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Here's something like, okay, Steven Kruger, who plays Coach Ben, this man is 6'1". You know, I'm not a nutritionist and I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming that he requires more calories a day to maintain his body than, you know, some of the girls on the team who are much smaller physically. And he's
I mean, it's probably Coach Ben, Travis, and Shauna who are at the top of that like need. you know, just like for survival.
Travis is also tall, right?
Yeah. I also think that, like, given the choice between watching a group of people eat a person or simply sitting down and eating a person, I would really choose to just eat the person. I feel like watching that has to be more horrifying than doing that, because you sort of have to, I'm sure, like, put up your Roman toga goggles to sort of make it through the actual eating. But Ben is just watching the horror unfold in front of him, and that is... Ooh.
Yeah. Speaking as a person whose wife's Instagram Explore tab is exclusively mukbang content.
I'm sorry, what now? What is that?
Have you ever heard of mukbang?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I if I was in my crystal ball, I would ask it what the fuck it thinks a mukbang is, but it sounds pretty rough.
A mukbang is an online audiovisual broadcast in which a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience. You're basically watching, at least what pops up for Jess, you're watching people eat like unfathomable amounts of food.
Why?
Unclear.
I guess, you know.
I don't know how it got started. There's a lot of what pops up for her a lot is people in Asian countries eating like a lot of like noodles and a lot of like really big like Alaska king crab legs.
Whoa. So a lot of
other things. A lot of slurping, but also a lot of like dipping in melted mozzarella.
Oh, whoa.
There's a lot of that.
Okay.
So there's a lot of eating noises.
Yeah.
Which is just
this is
the worst.
Fascinating to me. A person who can't stand for anyone to eat near me at all.
Yeah.
That's like the inverse.
I will tell you that because of like the noises, I really can't handle it. And she's always like, oh, look at this. And I'm like, no, thank you. But there is one mukbang account on Instagram that I really love. It is Dorn the Foodie. Dorn, like the country in A Song of Ice and Fire, Dorne, the Foodie. And it is a dog that I think must be the world's most beautiful black lab.
Oh my God.
Eating, you know, dumplings.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah,
noodles,
that I can get behind.
Chicken.
Yeah, let's
tomatoes.
Give me a dog eating anything any day.
Yeah,
I'm in.
like off of chopsticks.
I feel like I may have seen this dog.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
If you are disturbed by watching this episode of Yellowjackets, go check out Dorn the Foodie on Instagram and be healed.
Dorn would never eat Jackie. Dorn would definitely eat Jackie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I was dead for like 5 minutes, Frank would eat me.
Yeah. You know Sam and Gus. All they do is think about maybe one day we'll die and they can eat us. So
they are just counting the days.
Anyway, we did it. We've officially crossed over into cannibalism. Some of you may have considered the ear the official crossover. I really count this as the official crossover.
The ear is the flirtation.
Yes.
This is like sex.
Yes. Foreplay and banging, mukbanging.
Wow.
Jenny, would you like to slide on over to What's the Buzz?
Yeah, let's talk about the buzz.
What's the buzz? What have you got? Buzzing around.
Okay. So listen. I don't know if What's the Buzz is the right place for this. Maybe this could have just gone on main. But you know, scouring the subreddit for Yellowjackets is not the same experience it once was. I think it is probably 10 times more populated at least than it was when I first started reading the sub. And people who love this show enough to be in the subreddit are really, 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 really intense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So I've only done a light skimming, and I went in search of specific knowledge, which really, I guess, it's not like a spoiler, but
yeah,
I did pull it from the subreddit and I want to like share it with you now.
Yes.
Okay. Someone went all in on what's up with smoking a human woman who's wearing clothes. Okay. And here's what they had to say. If we're assuming that what Jackie is wearing is like cotton jeans, a cotton t-shirt, the sleeves of her jacket are leather, and then the actual like sort of torso of the jacket is polyester.
Right.
We only need a total temperature of 400 degrees-ish Fahrenheit for that to
burn
away.
Okay.
If the torso is proper wool, we'd need closer to 600 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Wood burns between 1400 and 1700 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot.
So that clothing is just coming right off.
So, right, the snow, they proposed that the snow would have kind of removed some of the clothing ash when it swooshed in.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no way that, I mean, it wouldn't even matter, but there's no way that jacket is wool. What high school do you know that gets proper wool Letterman jackets? Come on.
And then they went on to say the lower temperature, once the snow came in and melted immediately, right? The lower temperature combined with water would essentially have created a rough braise.
Wow.
So
Jackie Aujoux, you know?
So true.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know, and we can let people know to skip What's the Buzz if they don't want to hear more about the cooking of Jackie. But yeah, I wouldn't consider that a super spoiler. It's just a Reddit thread dive.
Yeah, it's just kind of yuck.
Yeah. Great.
Knowing where we're headed in the next episode, actually.
Yes.
Because we can talk about, just in case there's any confusion, because we were confused for a minute about what what the precedent was that we set for What's the Buzz. We can talk about any episode that has aired.
Yes. We are allowed to, which makes sense to me. I was like, I don't understand why I would timestamp it if it was just a theorizing. Theorizing seems like what people do in a podcast proper.
Well,
but regardless, yes. Knowing what's coming next. Oh, God.
Yeah. What's coming next is like, the very next episode is Ben's sort of like extreme depression / edge of starvation, kind of like hallucination / flashback episode. And knowing where he's headed, I just wish he would have had some Jackie.
Me too. Though I will say I am very excited to get into that stuff because I remember I've already rewatched the third episode, but I remember that episode, specifically the way that they treated Ben sort of like in and out of that moment in time and just being enamored with it, both for like content and just like the technical treatment of the video footage. We'll talk about it more next week. But yeah, I too wish Ben had eaten. I wonder if Ben wishes that he had eaten. He seems pretty resolutely like against it, but I don't know. I would be very full of regret if I had abstained and then everyone else was sort of like bopping around full of calories.
Yeah, they begin the next episode by being like, breakfast? No, nobody's really hungry.
Yeah.
And like, when's the last time you could have said that?
Yeah, probably when you got on the plane. Oh. Maybe after that fireside snack wells hang that they had in season 1.
Oh my God. When I click through stills of them actually eating Jackie, it's just like,
it's gruesome. That's why that
Why?
review made it wasn't a review, it was like a recap. It just made no sense to me. I was like, I don't know if you could get grosser than they got without it being like over the top, like just like too much, you know? Anyway, do you have any games for me this week, Jenny?
yes, I have for you, Kristin, you need to speak to the most New Jersey thing in this episode. I only have 2 contenders.
Oh, okay.
Is this show getting less 90s and less Jersey?
No, I think we have to get through some really serious shit before we start getting like the 90s Jersey. I don't know. But we got to eat Jackie and then we can get on to lighter fare.
All right, what's the most New Jersey thing? Is it drinking Fireball at the bar while the sun is still up?
Okay.
Is it, I can't remember if I've entered this girl in the mosts in the superlative category before, but the girl at the party in the opening credits who's carrying a Solo cup and giving the camera the middle finger.
Yeah, I mean,
that speaks to my soul.
That's very Jersey.
Or is it Alyssa Bender drinking rum and gummy bears and then throwing up during Pump Up the Volume and then Randy slipping in it?
Okay. What was the first one again?
Drinking Fireball at the bar while the sun is up.
So drinking Fireball at the bar while the sun is up is going to get the winning vote from me. And that's because the other two really border on 90s more than Jersey. Like, I think it could be the most 90s or the most Jersey thing. I think people probably ate gummy bears and drank rum in other parts of the world, and also probably, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go Fireball.
Maybe the problem here is that I spent the 90s in New Jersey.
I know. For you, it's inextricable. I mean, it's pretty close to inextricable for me, too. But that's why we're here, to do the hard work, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go Fireball. Did you have a different take? Did you have a different answer? Did you go gummy bears?
Because of the rum plus gummy bears plus throwing up plus Pump Up the Jam plus Randy slipping in it. That's where my vote's going.
Okay, and I have understanding for that. I really do.
The girl at the party with the Solo cup and the middle finger is actually just the most Jenny thing in this episode.
That actually is little known fact. That is just footage of Jenny from the 90s. All right. Well, we did it.
We did it, and we got out of this episode alive, and we didn't have to eat any of our friends.
And if we did, we wouldn't tell you anyway. So
yeah, it's actually none of your business. So it's private, it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kristin, I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
Incredible.
You know, and when I'm not crashing in the wilderness and eating my friends or not, none of your business, I'm usually, you know, making music, and you can hear that music on the internet, wherever you stream music. My latest record is called Avalanche.
Oh my God, just like what happened to Jackie.
Yeah, it's actually a Yellowjackets concept album. Yeah. And you can find me on socials at Jenny Owen Youngs.
Incredible. Do you think that it is more tasty for a best friend to eat her good friend, or for a good friend to eat her best friend?
Kristin, I'm telling you, this is personal stuff.
Okay, you're right. We'll talk off mic. Okay. My name is Kristin Russo, and when I'm not thinking about eating ass jerky or my best friends in the wilderness, I am often working with and for LGBTQ plus communities. Learn more about my work at KristinNoeline.com, KristinNoeline, and use that spelling to find me on social media.
Doomcoming is produced by us, Jenny Owen Youngs and Kristin Russo. It's edited by Kristin Russo, and it's made with love and a secret ingredient that may or may not be the flesh of our beloveds, just for you.
It's actually just vegetables.
The secret ingredient in the double meat burger is, of course. Well, that's it for us today. Until next time. Wow, that was a really nice, creepy interval, and we didn't even plan it.
I never get to hear it until I edit it because I can never hear you.
You're going to love it. It's going to sound great.
I can't wait.
Goodbye, Kyle.
Did the sound of those words call to you like Pavlov's dog? Then you might enjoy our podcast, Turtle Time.
Every week, you can join me, Riley Hamilton, and my co-host, Amy Scarlatta, as we cover the most pressing Bravo news and dig into the new episodes to answer important questions like, who the hell is Adrian Malouf in this world?
Listen to Turtle Time on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday.
The Regency era. You might know it as the time when Bridgerton takes place, or the time when Jane Austen wrote her books. But the Regency era was also an explosive time of social change, sex scandals, and maybe the worst king in British history. And on the Vulgar History podcast, we're going to be looking at the balls, the gowns, and all the scandal of the Regency era. Vulgar History is a women's history podcast, and our Regency era series will be focusing on the most rebellious women of this time. That includes Jane Austen herself, who is maybe more radical than you might have thought. We'll also be talking about queer icons like Anne Lister, scientists like Mary Anning and Ada Lovelace, as well as other scandalous actresses, royal mistresses, rebellious princesses, and other lesser-known figures who made history happen in England in the Regency era. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts.